Halo reach Datapad locations. On the level Winter Contingency, right at the very start, you want to sprint down the hill and aim towards this gate. There'll be an invisible elite running across the road. Aim for the head, and if you run out of pistol bullets, just switch to your assault rifle. This is by far the hardest one. It took me quite a few tries, so don't be surprised if you have to redo this. On the level Winter Contingency, you'll come to this building that you're supposed to investigate. To the right of this building, if you go into the smaller one, the datapad will be on the floor. On the level Oni Sword base, you're going to come to this area with a bunch of wooden structures and you'll have to activate a comedy. You're wanting to go into the wooden structure that has the second objective and go all the way to the roof. Behind one of the safety rails there's going to be a broken wooden bridge. You want to jump onto that broken wooden bridge and sprint jump across to the other side. The datapad is going to be located on the rocks at the other side. On the level Oni Sword base, as you're making your way up to the roof, before you go up your last ramp, if you go to your left instead and go across the bridge, the datapad's going to be underneath the ramp in this room. On the level Nightfall, right at the very start, if you turn to your right and go between the gap and the cliffs, the datapad's going to be located on the ground between two rocks. On the level Nightfall, just after you've helped to protect the militia, you'll come to an area with a bunch of glow sticks. Once you reach your 5th glow stick, if you turn to your right and start jumping up the rocks on the cliff face. You're wanting to follow this all the way up, and once you reach a big gap, you're wanting to run and jump across it. Now if you look to your right, you'll be able to see the datapads on a rock on the other side. So you're wanting to run all the way across and drop down onto this kind of rock that goes across the gap, and then you want to sprint and jump across to this datapad. On the level tip of the spear, you'll reach this area where you'll be given an optional objective to kill a zealot before he leaves. If you carry on through the mission and if you drop down the hole into the warehouse, the datapad's going to be located through the next room on the left hand wall, sitting on top of some shelves. On the level tip of the spear, just as you reach the area with the last AA gun, the datapad's going to be located on the broken section of this bridge right in the middle. To get to this, you have to jump up onto these concrete pillars. I use a vehicle to do this, but you can also do this without a vehicle. On the level Long Night of Solace, in the building that you would reach the Sabre, you'll reach this room that will look like a kind of control centre. The datapad's going to be located behind one of the control panels on the left hand side, up some stairs. On the level Long Night of Solace, just as you're passing through the control room and heading towards the Sabre, you're wanting to go up the first flight of stairs towards the Sabre and then turn to your left. You want to jump across to the platform that's holding one of the lights. You're wanting to climb up the light and then turn all the way around and jump across to this next platform. Then you follow the platform all the way up and your datapad will be at the end. On the level Exodus, you'll reach this area where you'll be given a jetpack to cross the gaps. The datapad's going to be located on a catwalk just to the left of the exit door for this area. On the level Exodus, just after you've used the jetpack to fly up to the top floor of this building, your objective building's to the right and there'll be 2 vents on the left building. Your datapad will be on top of one of these. So if you start heading over there, you want to go up 2 flights of stairs and go as far back as you possibly can, following the path. We're going to use one of the lights that's right on the edge to be able to jetpack up. So if you jetpack on top of the light, and then if you have a look just past this metal pole, there's actually a little area with some metal girders. You want to jetpack your way across there. Now there's no rush, keep in mind that you'll have to wait until your jetpack charges, but once it does, if you fly up to the next metal girder directly above you and then kind of walk up this area, if you turn around and then fly up to the vents, the datapad's going to be located on the back vent. On the level New Alexandria, right at the very start, if you turn all the way around, you're wanting to head towards the building that's directly behind your starter building. The datapad's going to be located at the very top of the second row of windows towards the bottom.
Before Charlie 2-7 to command, request immediate assistance.
Go ahead, 2-7.
We're at the Virate Telecom Tower. Got hunters between us and the jammer.
Copy, 2-7. Help is on the way. Noble 6, I'm sending you coordinates.
On the level New Alexandria, from the very start heading towards the Oni building. Now you're wanting to fly just past the Oni building, and the datapad's going to be located on the roof of this building in the background. It's going to be on the opposite side, just in front of a door.
You copy. 6, I'm uploading coordinates now. Get to Synoviet Center. Help those troopers if you can, but get that jammer offline either way.
On the level of the package, after you've re-entered Sword Base and you're heading towards the objective, before you push the button to continue on to the next part of the mission, you're wanting to actually turn to your left at the button, and the datapad's going to be tucked right in at the corner. On the level of the package, at the defence point, if you pick up a jetpack and then head towards Turret C, you're wanting to jump behind Turret C and go across the rocks behind there. You're heading towards a set of metal beams in the background. And once you reach the edge of the rocks and go onto the top of this building, you want to jetpack your way across to these metal beams. The datapad's going to be located underneath these metal beams on a little rock. On the level of the Pillar of Autumn, you'll reach this area where you've got this kind of massive crane type thing. You're wanting to go all the way up the top of this and then go across the kind of walkway towards the top of this building. And once you reach the end, if you turn to your right and go onto the roof of the building, you're wanting to follow the roof all the way along and then go to your left. The datapad's going to be located at the left hand side. On the level of the Pillar of Autumn, once you've entered the warehouse type building, you'll come to an area with a bunch of corridors. On the second window, if you shoot that out and then jump through it, the datapad's going to be located on a table on the adjoining room. On the level Lone Wolf, right at the very start, if you start heading towards where the Phantom is, and then if you look slightly to your right, you'll see this concrete pipe. The datapad's going to be located right at the entrance of this, so you're going to have to jump up onto this metal crate, and then up onto the metal girders and onto this metal platform. If you just jump your way across the metal beams, and then turn to your right, the datapad's going to be right at the entrance.